The second video for the data analysis series using Stata. So for this video, we are going to look at how to change the working directory and how to load various data sets into Stata. So we are going to look at how to load CSV data sets, how to load Excel data sets, and then how to load .dta data set, which is Stata native data format. So let's start by learning how to change working directory. In the previous video, I made mention that if you really want to check your working directory, your current working directory, you look at the bottom here, follow the mouse over there. You can see that this is the current directory we are working with now. Users MacBook Pro, library, all the way to the last folder. So most of the times, if you have a project you want to undertake, you really have to create your project folder somewhere, maybe in the desktop or in my document. So you would want to let Stata focus on that particular project folder so that everything that you do can be saved in that particular folder, or Stata can reference to that folder in order to pick your raw data set that you may want to do the analysis with. So now, let's see how we can focus data into your project folder now. So here, for you to do that, you have to go to File, then you come down here, you see Change Working Directory, Change Working Directory. So take note here, once we are done, you realize that this path will change to the working directory that we are now letting Stata focus on. So you go to Change Working Directory, then you go to the folder you're looking at, you're looking for. So here, we want to convert this particular folder to our current working directory. So you click on it and then you choose. You can see that once you're able to choose this folder as a working directory, you realize that the path changed to that particular folder. You can now see that the working directory down here changed to that particular folder. So that is now our current working directory. So what we want to do now let's focus on how to import data into Stata. So mostly we have data in Excel format, but you know, Excel comes with different flavors. We have CSV, which is comma separated values, and then we have the Excel format itself. It comes with XLSX or XLX. Yes. So we are going to learn how to import a data which is in CSV format, comma separated value format first. So we do that by going to File, then you go to Import Data. So look here, we have various file extensions over here, okay? So the first one is the XLX or XLSX, which is the actual Excel data format that we all know or we use most of the time. Then we have the CSV, which is comma separated value. Okay, this data is limited by comma separated values. Then you can also import SPSS data into Stata, or you can even import SAS data. These are software. SAS is a software used for data analysis, just like the Stata we are using. And the SPSS is also a statistical package that is used to analyze data. Then we have data that can be stored in text formats. Okay, so in this video, we are focusing on how to import a CSV and then XLS, because most of the time your data is going to be in these formats. So here we are selecting let's do CSV first because we want to import CSV. So you click here, then this window will open for you. You can see here, this window will open for you. Then you click on this yellow folder. here, it will take you to where the file is. You remember we set our working directory to the data set, which contain the data set. One thing I want you to take notice of is that you can see that we have the same data set, but here it's in XLS format, SLSX format, and the other one is in .dta format. You get it? So because the data type that we told, the file extension that we told Stata that we want to import, this is the only one that is active for us. Even though we have other data sets here, you cannot select them, okay? Because we selected .csv. So you'll be able to only import CSV. So you click on the CSV file and then you click on open. Okay, so it will repopulate here for you to inspect. So you look at it. Once everything is okay, what you want to do is just to click on OK. Okay. So you see that the data is populated or imported into Stata. You may want to look at this data by using the command browse. Okay. So this will show you the actual structure of the data set that you have imported. Okay. And you can also achieve the same result by typing edit. Okay. That will give you the same data structure, or let you see the data this way. Okay. Now somebody may ask that what is the difference between browse and edit? If you use the browse command in order to see your data, okay, if you use the browse command in order to see your data, you will not be able to edit it because you are just browsing the data. You see, you can't change anything in the browse mode. And it's always recommended that you stick to the browse mode when you want to inspect the data. Okay, if you use the edit, if your hand touch the keyboard, you may mistakenly delete maybe a figure in the data set. All right. So let me just demonstrate that to you. You click on edit, and you can change this 4 to 5. You see, because edit allows you to do that. Okay, so that is how you inspect the data that you have imported into Stata. So don't forget, this is a CSV file that we have uploaded. So we'll clear it. We'll clear the data by using the command clear from the system. Command clear. So this will clear the data from the software. Okay, so this is gone. Now let's try the second main where we import the XLXX, which is the Excel format data. So we still go to file, then we go to import data, then we go to XLX. Don't forget this time around we are using XLX, okay, because that is the file extension of the data set. So you click on it. You can see that this window is different from the one that we saw earlier when we were trying to import data through the CSV format. So what you want to do is to click on browse and realize that you see the other data format CSV and then .dta are disabled because the file extension we are looking at is XLSX. Okay. So you click on this one, you click on open, you see here. But here, what I want you to notice is that you realize that data is looking at the first row as data, but not a variable name. Okay, so when you get there, you really have to take your time. Then you click here, you check this checkbox to import the first row as variable names, because these are actually variable names, but not data itself. Okay, so you click on it. So this will promote that particular row to the top, and Stata will now see these as variable names rather than data. So you click on OK. So you see we have our data over here. Okay. So that is how we import our data into our XLX data into Stata. So now I will use the clear command to clear the data from Stata's memory, and this is gone. You realize that the last data set is a .dta data format or data set, or it has the .dta data extension. What that means is that that is Stata's own native file. So you don't have to pass through all those processes by going to file, import before you get that. Because that is saved in Stata's native format. All that you have to do is to click on open, okay, open, and then you'll be able to open the Stata data file. You can see that once we use open, this CSV and then XLX have been disabled. So you'll be able to just open the Stata data format here. You see the .dta is telling you that this is a native Stata data file, because you can see that it even carries the Stata colors. Okay, so you click on open, and this will just open for you, as simple as that. So that is how this is how we import the various types of data sets into Stata.